What is the doctrine of enough? How long does it take you to get to financial freedom? What is the gift of generational wealth? We're going to talk about that. I was given the gift of poverty, but we're going to talk about giving the gift of generational wealth. And we're going to talk about a true story about putting the generational wealth strategy into action and how that is going to affect you and your generations. Now, I'm going to tell you the doctrine of enough is precisely for you. Because if you've been following our strategies, if you follow the book, we give you all the strategies, all the plans. If you follow them and dedicate them and commit to them, you are going to succeed. You are going to get all the income that you're going to need for the rest of your life. You're going to get to a point where your monthly cash flow exceeds your monthly outflow, and it's going to get to be to a point where you no longer have any bills, you no longer have any debt, and you have income coming in. Now, I have lots of clients that have $10, $15, $20, $30,000 a month coming in, and they have absolutely no debt. Now, that is where we want you to go. When you get to that point, when you have $15,000, $20,000 a month coming in and absolutely no bills, you have certainly reached financial freedom. Now, you're going to reach that long before getting to the very end of this. But our mission is, once you get there, what are you going to do? What is it that you are here to do? What drives your train? What makes life worth living? Because we're going to develop a strategy for you that you can do whatever you'd like. Now, you can continue investing. You can continue just working. You continue. If this is what you enjoy, you can continue. You can keep spreading this strategy and giving it to others as a gift and showing them how to become financially free, get out of debt, and actualize your life. Or maybe you want to retire early. Now, keep in mind, I'm telling you from personal experience, when you're 40 years old, there's not a lot of people to play with. So maybe you want to semi-retire. Maybe you want to do something that really makes your heart sing. Maybe you want to be sure that you never miss a parent-teacher conference or a principal conference or a band recital or a sporting outfit or a scouting camp out or dance. You want to see everything your kids do, your grandkids do. Maybe you want to take them on vacations because you are going to have the ability to do this. Maybe you want to teach. Maybe you want to paint. Maybe you just want to travel, but this is all going to be available to you. You are going to be able to dream again. The question then becomes, are you going to stop or are you going to go for greater wealth? You can kind of do both. We're going to get you to the point where we're going to define that as a investment strategy for yourself. You are going to be unaffected by whatever happens in the world, whether you're having a recession or a boom, whether interest rates are going up or going down, whether we have in-migration or out-migration, whether you have a job that someone says, no, we're going to close the company down, you're not going to care because your income is your own and it keeps coming in month after month after month. And we've also developed a program that whether you have inflation or deflation, your purchasing power remains intact and you achieve financial freedom. Now, the reason I say this is that there are an awful lot of very, very good money makers who are miserable. They're terrible human beings, but good at making money. I want you to make your money and go out and go do what it is that makes you happy. And you can certainly do that. So once you have enough, you are going to know that you have enough. That is a doctrine of enough. Go out and smile. Go out and have fun. You are going to do this. If you've listened to our strategies, you know these are going to work. Now, how long does it take you to get there? I'm going to tell you, the moment you start on a strategy, you start getting benefits almost immediately. You're going to start building reserves. You're going to start getting yourself out of debt. You're going to start building more and more revenue for yourself. And once you start onto the accumulation strategy and start putting properties together, you're going to see that by the first one's kind of hard. Second one, not as hard as the first. Third, not as hard as the first and second. By the time you get to the fourth one, you really get good at this. And by the time you get to the fifth one, you're really, really feeling these benefits. It typically takes about 7 to 9 years. Depends on how dedicated you are at this, how aggressive you are with this. And of course, it depends on the market. Now, we have a very, very, very good market right now. So you should be out being very aggressive at this point. It depends on what your point of entry is. And I would want to emphasize this, that this is a team sport. Everyone that you're working with needs to be on the same page. You need to be saving together. Everyone needs to be saving. You can't have one saving and one spending. That won't work. And when you're getting your cash flow coming in, it is such a great temptation to start increasing your lifestyle. Now, I'm going to tell you, within 7 to 9 years, you're going to be able to create a lifestyle for whatever you want, because money will continue to come in and it just keeps getting better and better and better. And you can spend the income, but you can never spend the capital. And your income, each time we add another property, is going to start going. Now, you know, these strategies, they work. We certainly want to talk about those. You can go back and look at all our strategies. If you want to talk to me personally on a strategy that's going to work for you, this is my give back to you. You're welcome to call me at the corporate office, 602-942-4200, or you can email me at michael@michaeldeville.com, and we can sit down and go over what your strategy is, what your dreams are, what your goals are, and we'll try and come up with a plan so that you can live your life debt-free with reserves and income coming in, and you are going to have a wonderful, wonderful life. Now, I want to talk about the gift of generational wealth. Now, I'm going to tell you there's 3 ways to make money, to get money in America. You can marry into it. That's a good one. You can inherit it. That's my very, very favorite one. I would love to have inherited money, or you can earn it. Now, the ones that really last, where you can give generational wealth, is earning that wealth and teaching your kids this program. Now, my job to you is to teach you the program, to bring these different strategies to your attention and see where they would fit with you. So each and every week, we've been talking about a different strategy. You might talk with your spouse, with your friends, with your kids, and teach them these strategies, because these will last for generations. And here's a time-worn strategy that if you want to have your children learn to eat, you need to teach them to fish. And we want to certainly make sure that they learn these strategies, basically because they're timeless, they're everlasting. Once you get these properties going, they are going to last generations, and you're going to be able to leave them as a legacy to the next generation coming in. However, it is so much easier if you involve your kids and those following behind you and teach them how to do these strategies. Now, I'm going to tell you, here's a story. This is a true story. And when I was growing up, it was not uncommon to have multi-generational homes. You would have the grandparents living with the parents who would have kids. You'd have 3 generations living in a home. When I was growing up, it was not uncommon for people to stay at home until they got married. And when they got married, they'd go out and get a house of their own. But they would stay home until they got married and moved on. This was just a common way of doing things in America. And we've changed a little bit. Now, I know that there's lots of advantages and lots of lessons that kids learn when they leave the house. Oftentimes, I think that's maybe that when they're going to school and they go away to school, 18 to 21, 22 years old, they learn some pretty interesting lessons. Some of them not so good. But when they come home after they've been away to school, maybe if they came home and lived at home, They would learn more family values. They would learn more things as to all the ethics and values that you as parents can teach the kids. And if you have grandparents in the house, the grandparents bring a different dimension to them. Now, I had a young man who had just graduated ASU, and he came to me and said, "I would like to do something enormous with my life. I'd like to do something, and I don't really know how." So I sat with his father and we developed a program when he was 22 years old. He would get his first job, and his father said, "Well, he's welcome to come live at home. Welcome to stay home as long as he would like to." And now think of this advantage. Here's a young man. Now, you know that to live out on your own, I mean, if you're just living with roommates, it's got to cost you $20,000, $25,000 a year, just minimum. This father gave his son the opportunity to stay home and save your money. He also guided him not to get himself into debt. This was also one of the things that his father was very, very astute, was that he went to a local college, a state college, a good college. ASU was a great school. But he went to the community college system, and he went the last 2 years at ASU, kept his cost to a minimum, and came out of school with virtually very, very little debt. He lived at home, saved his money, and we bought 4 rentals for this young man. We bought one a year for 4 years. And when he was 28 years old, he got married, left his family home, moved in with his wife to a new home, bought a new home, but he had his own home and 4 rentals by the time he was 28 years old. Do you think that his father had changed his son's life? Do you think this young man's life is going to be different because his father was astute and allowed him to have the opportunity to do this, and he taught him the value of saving and investing? And by the time he's 30 years old, this man had 5 properties before he was 30 years old. What a difference in his life this is going to make. This is a gift that you can give your kids. You can give your grandkids. You can give your nieces and nephews. You can give it to your friends. This is a way to change people's lives basically forever. And it's just a great, great opportunity. Now, he went to a community college. He minimized his debt, and he gave him financial opportunities. How much better of parents could they possibly be? I was so terribly, terribly proud of them. And you can do this. Your life, you can make someone's life different and better. You can do it for yourself. We're here to help you. You're welcome to send to Creating Wealth at West USA, and we will help you any way we possibly can. We teach this. We talk about this. We're going to have classes on this. And we want you to actualize your life. I set up a goal of 10 properties in 10 years. This is just an arbitrary goal. You don't have to do this. You can have 20 properties, 30 properties. You decide where it is that you want your life to be. But I'm going to tell you, it's very, very possible for you to get $15,000 to $20,000 to $25,000 to $30,000 a month coming in each and every month, basically for the rest of your life. And this is an income that you can send to your kids and your grandkids. But if you follow the strategy and just take it from you and pass it on, this is wealth that will last generations, and what a legacy you can leave. Now, next week, we're going to talk about where you can find investor financing. My. We all know where we can do that, but we're going to talk about some of the issues that you get with that, how to do that. We also teach this. So if you have any questions, be sure to give us a question. We're more than happy to bring this up in one of our podcasts. You're certainly welcome to meet us at any time. If you have any questions or comments, or if you'd like this flyer, we're more than happy to send this to you. Just send us a note at creatingwealth@westusa.com. If you'd like to sign up for classes, Send it to creatingwealth@westusa.com. I have a new book called Real Estate Investing for Beginners. That should be out. Hopefully, I keep talking about this. Should be out in the next couple, 2-3 weeks. If you'd like to sign up for a book, we're more than happy to do that. Again, creatingwealth@westusa.com. I want to leave you with this. This is a great, great economy. We're looking good. Business is strong. It's a great way for you to go out there and do very, very well. And my very, very best to you. Bye-bye now.